This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Wednesday is White Cane Day across the United States. We'll tell you all about it next. Good evening and thanks for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Carr. We begin with headlines. Congressman Lou Barletta is calling on the Obama administration to enforce a ban on inbound travelers originating in countries affected by Ebola.
Well, this is an executive decision that the administration needs to act on. I believe that first of all, we should suspend all flights from Western Africa until we make sure that our people at the front line, whether it's at the airports, TSA at the airports, or our seaports and our border, are properly trained, as well as our nurses and doctors in the hospitals. I think they should confine the patients who are showing signs of Ebola to certain hospitals with special teams.
Barletta believes the ban should be imposed immediately and last until health officials have a better grasp on the situation in the United States and in Western Africa.
In the meantime, I don't think it's wise to have our continue to take visa travelers from Western Africa until we have the proper training. We're inviting more trouble and the spread of this terrible virus.
Barletta's call for a ban comes on the day when a second healthcare worker in Texas has been diagnosed with Ebola. In 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed a proclamation for the United States to observe White Cane Day. 50 years later, at the Laurel Mall, Community Services for Sight in Hazleton and the Pennsylvania Bureau of Blindness and Visual Services held an event that included Hazleton's mayor experiencing what it's like to be blind. Mayor Joe Iannuzzi did well, and they didn't take it easy on him.
I let him make those mistakes because, I really wanted a good, simulation of what people that use a long cane go through, and that happens sometimes. But it's my job to teach them techniques and strategies to recover from those techniques or from those errors.
The darkness, and you'd move your head and you would feel like off balance. Just it's bad enough to be in the dark, let alone you can't hold your balance. And then the scary thing is the cane back and forth. You're waiting to hit something to give you direction, and I wasn't getting any direction, so I had no idea where I was going.
White Cane Day is held to get awareness out about the white cane law that states that drivers must yield for pedestrians with white or red and white canes. It also is meant to highlight services offered to those that are blind or visually impaired. And if you're interested in Community Services for Sight, you can call them at 570-455-0421, and you can reach the PA Bureau of Blindness and Visual Services at 1-800-622-2842. 2 local firefighters were recognized for risking their own lives to save the lives of others. Lieutenant Vincent Chitswara and Captain Daniel Leshko of the McAdoo Volunteer Fire Company received the annual Spirit of Courage Award from the Lehigh Valley Health Network after rescuing 4 victims from a fire in June of 2013. Tragically, 7-year-old Madison Arner passed away from injuries suffered in that fire. McAdoo Fire Chief Robert Leshko issued the following statement, quote, "We as the McAdoo Fire Company are very proud of our firefighters being honored on this evening, but we also will never forget and always remember the young child taken from us that evening and strive each and every day to do our job in her memory," unquote. The awards were presented last night at Lehigh Valley Hospital's Muhlenberg campus in Bethlehem. Fire companies from 3 counties battled an early morning blaze in Freeland. The call came in around 4:20 this morning at 709 711 Main Street, a vacant 3-story home. Portable ponds were set up and tankers from as far as Rush and Nescopec townships were brought in with water. The fire also damaged a home at 713 Main Street. Residents in that home made it out safely. The Red Cross is assisting them. Well, it's official. The Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress is the new owner of the former Security Savings Bank building in downtown Hazleton. Luzerne County Council unanimously approved the sale last night, accepting the purchase offer of $25,000. Hazleton Mayor Joe Iannuzzi says it's great news for the city.
When it came up, I wanted the Downtown Alliance to bid on it. We talked about it. They bid their $25,000. They were nervous, but it was going to happen, and they had to. So they gave it to the Alliance, which I'm a part of, and I feel really great because now something will happen in that corner. They've owned it for years and nothing's happened with that. And now things will happen.
Alliance Executive Director Krista Schneider has said all along that it planned to house the Hazelton Art League building inside the Security Savings Bank building. Some students at Arthur Street Elementary School in Hazelton were treated to a story today, and a special guest read the book, If I Were President.
People would be my boss, and I'd have to find out what they wanted. It wouldn't be easy. Different people would want different things.
Congressman Lou Barletta read to second grade students and answered their questions. The children seem very interested, even if some aren't planning on a future in politics.
Do you want to be president?
No.
No? What do you want to do?
I want to work at the hospital.
I heard the congressman telling you guys that if you read and study, you can be anything you want. Will that help you, motivate you to stay active in school and keep reading?
Yes.
Well, it's very important to be able to read to them and then talk to them about how important it is to read, and to let them know that whatever they dream that they could be, that it's possible, and that reading is really the key for their education in becoming, whether it's President of the United States or, as we heard today, veterinarians or nurses or doctors or astronauts, is to let them know that by reading, that will open up those opportunities for them.
Now the students also entertained the congressman with a song, and they impressed him as well with all of their questions. Here's a reminder to get in your questions for the preacher known as What's Your Name? What's Your Name returns to the Sam Lasan Show to talk about where he's been, where he's headed, and his accomplishments throughout his vocation. He'll tape the shows next Monday, October 20th. You can email your questions in advance to sam@ssptv.com, and the first show will air next Friday. Coming up on FYI, it's Dave Day on the Sportscast. The sports editor of the Standard Speaker, Dave Seaman, sits down with me to talk about high school and college football. And up next, it's the most wonderful time of the year. The Taste of Greater Hazelton event is coming up, and we have all the information you need next.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
Hey, we're defunking your junk today on FYI News 13, and we're back here at the Sage Exchange. And you know, my brother actually found this old chair, a couple of chairs like this, and someone threw it out. So he said, what the heck, I'll give it to Tamara. She'll do something nice with it, right?
Absolutely.
So this old chair, I'm sure, is familiar. Some people have old chairs laying around, and what do I do with it? Do I give it to the Salvation Army? Can I restore it? Well, there are some answers for you.
Right. All I had to do with these, they're actually really well built.
Okay.
I went to the dollar store and bought a shower curtain.
$1, that's a dollar store item.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got it for $5.
Okay.
I took these off. There's actually little screws under here that will take these off.
Okay, you could see that.
And whoever had these, they did put other
material,
like a paper, a plastic tablecloth on them. So what I did is I took all the covers off. Use that fabric.
Okay.
White birch, absolutely love it. It's all over the place, everywhere. And actually,
just make sure it's not someone's property.
Yeah,
don't be cutting down trees on someone's property.
I'm not responsible for any arrests. Enough of my kids. No. White birch is everywhere. There is so much you can do with white birch. I actually, in my bedroom, have a white birch canopy hanging from the ceiling. It's free. Like, go out and get it. So you got to watch, though, because some of it is rotted. You want to get a nice, fresh piece.
Okay. Make sure it's dry.
Yeah, and what I did was I cut it up, whatever size you want to do. You can make tables. You can do whatever you want with it. And that's what I did.
Now, this is neat. Look at the finished product.
I took.
Look how nice.
I actually was going to make a coffee table, a square one, but then when he brought these, I thought, oh, it'd be so cool to make like a bar out of that. So
and the material looks great.
Yeah, what I did was
Complements
I just
each other.
measured the height I wanted. Actually had a piece of cut glass from another table that I just used today. But I took these, like I said, I took the bottoms off. I wanted to let that screw out to show you that they just pop right on.
Okay.
You're just gonna put the fabric on, and there it is. I got some rolls up at Humboldt
This is
Supply.
this would be like a nice kitchen table if you have a little space. And then how would you anchor this down?
You will anchor it. Once I have it in the permanent place, there's little clips that you can put to keep it anchored on. But I just took the twine, make it as wide as you want, as long as you want, whatever.
Nice.
And this is actually a piece of it that you can hollow out, and you'll see these at Christmas time with candles inside.
Okay.
You can also take the white birch and peel the bark off, and you can make some really cool things out of that. So I will have more pictures on my website, on sagetheexchange.com, or on What's the Sense on my Facebook.
All right, we're here every Wednesday on FYI. Join us for some fun projects with Tamara.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
I took this shot from the very dry underground parking garage at the Laurel Mall during the heavy rain today. Will I have to hide again tomorrow? Let's see. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service tonight. Showers and possibly a thunderstorm, low around 57, and rainfall amounts will be between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch. On Thursday, there's a 50% chance of showers on our extended forecast. The high will be 64. Slightly lower chance of showers at night. The low will be 50 degrees. On Friday, it's a partly sunny day. The high will be 63. At night, there is another slight chance of showers. The low will be 47. On Saturday, great day to get out to the pumpkin patches and a lot of events going on around our area. Sunny, 59. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low of 39. And then on Sunday, partly sunny with a high of 50. Sunday night, the low will be 35 degrees.
Well, I hoped you marked your calendars because this Sunday is the big event, the 7th annual Taste of Greater Hazleton, and two ladies involved with it are here to remind you to get your tickets and tell you what it's all about. To my immediate left is Leanne Falabelle, the Vice President of Marketing for the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, and to my right is Donna Barna, who is the Chair of the Community Awareness Committee for the Chamber. She is also on the Board of Directors and is with Billy Helms Insurance. Donna, this is a really fun event that's taking place this Sunday. We hope people went out and got their tickets, but they still have time, right?
They do have time. They'll be able to purchase their tickets at the Chamber and at the Standard Speaker up until Friday, and until they could pick them up at Giant until 9 o'clock Sunday morning.
All right. And the big event itself is taking place this Sunday. What time?
12 to 3 at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center.
And only limited tickets at the door, right?
Very limited. I doubt that there will be any left. Yeah, usually we sell out in advance, so I would recommend that you get your tickets today.
All right. Very good advice. And for the 5 people maybe out there that don't know what the Taste of Greater Hazleton is all about, a quick synopsis of it, Leanne.
Basically, the Taste of Greater Hazleton gives our businesses and restaurants throughout Greater Hazleton the opportunity to promote and showcase what they have. They present their signature dishes. It's a sampling of their signature dishes to everybody who attends. So the people come in, they purchase their ticket, they go around, visit all the restaurants provide them with samples of their signature dish, maybe give them a coupon to come back and visit their business. It's really about promoting the businesses in Greater Hazleton.
And you said, please come hungry, because there will be a lot. But there's also a cooking demonstrations and a contest going on, so tell us about that.
Yeah, we like to add a couple extra events going on within our one event, like we don't have enough going on, but it's always fun to do that. We have cooking demonstrations. We have 3 of them that are going to be provided throughout the afternoon. So the event's from 12 to 3. So about every hour we'll have a different cooking demonstration. We'll have the Brass Buckle start out with both of their chefs. Then we will have Chef Joe Caparel from Genetti's. And then finally we'll have Chef Buzz from Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall.
All right. And an apron decorating contest, is that correct?
Yes, and this is a way that we get our area schools involved in the event. So we have our 5 local schools involved in this event. They each, their art department, the students in their art classes, decorate an apron. And then at the event, the public votes on their favorite apron, and CTC Manufacturing sponsors the event, and they will provide winners with a cash prize for their art department. And the local schools that are involved are Hazelton Area High School, Emmanuel Christian, MMI, Marion, and Weatherly. So we're excited to have them involved. It's fun.
Wow, that's a lot going on, and for $15 in advance, you really get your money's worth. So Donna, one last reminder to everybody that they better come out and get those tickets because they're not going to be around much longer.
Remember, they're at the Chamber, Standard Speaker, and Giant. Please pick up your tickets today.
All right, you heard it. You don't want to miss this fun event. The 7th year it's happening this Sunday, October 19th, noon to 3, the Health and Wellness Center on the Airport Beltway in Hazel Township, and FYI, proud to be a sponsor of this very tasty event.
Now I want fish tacos from Brass Buckle, margarita, and their house salad. And here's the green screen. Midday winning lottery numbers. Daily number, that was a bad segue. Daily number 770, Big 4, 8136. Quinto 75109. Treasure Hunt 6, 7, 8, 11, 19. Dave Seaman, the sports editor of the Standard Speaker, is here next.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's Dave Day once again on the Sportscast. Dave, my favorite day of the week. Dave Seaman from the Standard Speaker, sports editor there, joins us. Dave, last week we talked about how hard the Hazelton area football team was working. Zach Zukowski working very hard at running back and other positions. It all paid off. Friday night they beat Tunkhannock. Offense explodes. It was a tight game there for a while, but the Cougars pull it out. Mike Brennan gets his first win as Hazelton area head coach. What were your thoughts from the game?
Well, it's good to see that your hard work is rewarded. Cougars have been sticking with it the whole season, and we've talked about that too, and Coach Brennan has talked about it more importantly, that the kids haven't given up. They've played hard throughout the season. They come to practice every day, prepared to go to work. Had some tough luck early in the season, but it was nice to see all that hard work pay off in the end, and it's a big win. Anytime you get your first win, and it's a confidence builder too. I mean, you lose that game, and then you go into the last 3 games, when is the season going to end? But they picked it up, and like I said, Zach had a big game, and all around it was a whole team effort, and they all deserve credit for the win.
So a big one for Hazelton area. Marion gets a big win on Friday night over Schuylkill Haven. I was at that game. That was a tight game, and then Marion blows it open in the third quarter. The 2 times I've seen Marion, Dave, I've been impressed on offense and defense. They seem very balanced, and they've been successful against single-A teams. How well do you think they match up in District 11 single-A? And they have a big one this Friday against another single-A team, Mono area.
Well, this is a big game for both teams this week. I think the winner of this game does have an inside track to District 11 Class A playoff berth. Colts and Mono area, it's a good rivalry too. The players know each other from both teams, and like I said, the winner gets the inside track of playoffs. Mono played well against Jim Thorpe last week. They had a tough loss. Marion's coming off a big win, but it doesn't matter when you get those teams on the same field.
Monoy's been impressive. They've been competitive in a lot of the games that they've been in as well, and a lot of these anthracite teams playing these bigger schools, the smaller schools, trying to hold their own there. Let's talk about Penn State. Dave, you told me off air, you kind of called it. I saw in the paper you had Michigan beating Penn State. I had that feeling as well, but the Nittany Lions, again, missed opportunities in this game, and this is what I think is interesting, Dave. It's very easily this Penn State team could only have 2 wins, but they could have won this Michigan game too, and they could be at 5 wins right now and sitting at 5-1. So either way, and you said you should expect that right now from Penn State.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of growing pains. It is a first-year coach. Normally, a first-year coach doesn't come in and set the world on fire, especially with the situation Penn State's in, scholarship limitations. Again, you're learning a new system. New leadership has to emerge. Christian Hackenberg returned, but where would the offensive line come from? And that's been the problem. Christian Hackenberg under duress the whole game. And you can tell the frustration is there. You saw Coach Franklin yelling at an assistant coach. They need to get that together. And just, again, get one win, take it one series at a time. One series, one play, one game at a time, and hopefully they get that bounce back.
And Dave, I think 7 wins, 8 wins this year for Penn State is great. As long as they get to that bowl game, I think is key for Franklin this year. Anything other than that, I think if they don't get there, then maybe, you look at this as a year that it just didn't go well.
Yeah, you look at if they do get to a bowl game too this year, and that's a magic number. Get to two more wins, and yet, most importantly, people don't realize is the extra practice time you get. Your regular season ends the end of November, beginning of December. You have a bowl game at the end of December, beginning of January. So take away some time for final studies, and you get like 3 to 4 extra weeks of practice. And for the younger players, it could only be beneficial.
Last thing I want to ask about, I didn't talk about this, but it'd be Florida State Notre Dame this weekend. The Irish, are they for real?
I think so. They got some mistakes that they have to overcome. Their defense is a little shaky against North Carolina. Again, it's a spread team. Teams aren't familiar with that spread offense that North Carolina and teams like that run. Notre Dame was shaken up a little bit, but they do have a dynamic playmaker and quarterback, Everett Golson. Of course, Florida State has one in Jameis Winston, too. So I think that's going to be a really good game. I think Florida State will win, but I think it's going to be a real close game.
A lot of good college football and local high school football this weekend. David, as always, thanks for being with us. We'll see you again next week. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95, plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy 61st birthday to Judy DeGangi of Freeland. This which comes with love from Patty, Joe, Caitlin, Uncle Frank, and friends. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling will be holding their next event Saturday, October 18th at 7 p.m. at Holy Family Academy in Hazleton. Several popular wrestlers will be there, including Alpha Jr., Lance Anoa, TJ Masters, Ricky Martinez, and Smooth Tommy Suede. For more information, please call 570-436-3429. And finally, Terror Trailer will be held in Weatherly at Tweedle Park from October 30th through November 1st. The event is all ages, cost is $3, and children under 3 are free. Candy is given out at the end. Stop by Tweedle Park from 6 to 10 p.m. for Terror Trail in Weatherly. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Ignatius B. Tychinski, formerly of Hazel Township. Funeral is Thursday at 9 a.m. from the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Anne-Marie Zumbill of Yardley. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. in the Holy Trinity Church. Arrangements are by the J. Allen Funeral Home. Cheryl Kleckner of Freeland. Arrangements will be announced by the McNulty Funeral Home. James A. Moran of Drums. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Thursday from 2 to 4 and 7 to 9 p.m. Francis X. Bereznak, formerly of Sandy Valley. Services will be held at the convenience of the family from the McNulty Funeral Home. Leona R. Messer of Hazleton. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. at the parish of St. Cyril and Methodius at the Church of St. Joseph. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Dr. John Joseph Coyle of Hazleton. Funeral is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. from the Turnbach Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. And Claire E. McGlynn of West Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Hazel Chapel, the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home.
My name is Leanne Falabelle. I am the Vice President of Marketing at the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm going to talk about our Red Carpet Breakfast, which is coming up on Wednesday, October 22nd. And it will take place at Edgewood in the Pines and Drums. And this is open for our chamber membership. Anybody that is employed with any chamber member, employee, or anybody that's really interested in hearing our guest speaker present. And our guest speaker is going to be State Senator John Gordner, and he's with the 27th Senatorial District. So he covers a large portion of Pennsylvania, but specifically what we're looking at is Luzerne County. In Luzerne County is Butler Township, Cunningham, Sugarloaf, and then also Black Creek Township. So he's going to provide us with the legislative update on what's been going on within those areas over the last year. So again, anybody that is interested in attending, the cost is $20 for members, $25 for non-members, and we do provide a full breakfast. And our sponsor for the event is Susquehanna Bank. And if you're interested in participating in the event, you can just simply call our office or register on our website at hazletonchamber.org.
Remember to get your questions in for What's Your Name? It's Sam at SSPTV.com. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.